I can proudly say I am an Indian citizen. Really? How will you prove that you are an Indian citizen? See, I have many documents to prove that: Aadhaar card, PAN card, voter ID, driving license, even applied for passport also. This is high time that we clear some confusions. Your Aadhaar card proves who you are. Your passport proves you can travel. But does either of them actually proves you are a citizen of India? The answer, legally speaking, is no. So today, let's answer one clear question. What actually proves Indian citizenship? And here is the uncomfortable truth. India has no single document that every Indian citizen holds as a proof of citizenship. What? Yes, back in 2020, Minister of State for Home Affairs said in Parliament that none of these documents can be called definitive proof of citizenship. In addition, Ministry of External Affairs in 2026 also confirmed that passport is a travel document, not a proof of citizenship. What is the purpose of these documents then? Aadhaar is an identity document. As per Aadhaar Act, if you have lived in India for 182 days or more in the previous 12 months, you may be eligible for Aadhaar even if you are not an Indian citizen. And PAN is an tax identification number. It is issued for tracking financial transactions. But what about voter ID? It is issued to Indian citizens only, right? Logically, you are right, but as per Citizenship Act, it is not a conclusive proof of citizenship. Okay, passport is also issued after strong verification of Indian citizenship, and still it is not considered as a proof of citizenship. Yes, it is as per Passport Act 1967. But if I have taken birth in India and I have birth certificate, then automatically I am an Indian citizen. Maybe. But before that, you should know that there are 4 pathways of Indian citizenship: by birth, by descent, by registration, by naturalization. Now we will discuss about citizenship by birth. This is how majority of Indians are citizens. But over the years, the rules have changed significantly. Now, your birth year determines which rule applies to you. If you have taken birth in India between 26 January 1950 and 1st July 1987, you are naturally an Indian citizen. In this case, your birth certificate is enough. But if you have taken birth in India after 1st July 1987 but before 3rd December 2004, then your birth certificate is not enough. In this case, you are a citizen by birth only if one of your parents is also an Indian citizen at the time of your birth. Therefore, along with your birth certificate, citizenship document of one of your parents is also required. And the rules tightened even more after Citizenship Amendment Act 2004. If you have taken birth in India after 3rd December 2004, then you will be considered citizen by birth only if both of your parents are Indian citizens, or at least one of them is Indian citizen and other is not an illegal migrant. Therefore, your birth certificate is not enough. Your parents' citizenship documents must also be submitted. But beta, I do not have birth certificate. Beta, I lost my birth certificate in a flood. Even my parents don't have their birth certificates. Don't worry, there is a way. You can register even now under Birth and Death Act 1969. If birth registration is done within 30 days of occurrence, then only late fees is required. If birth registration is done after 30 days but before 1 year, then written permission is required along with permission fees. If birth is registered after 1 year, which is the case of our parents and grandparents, formal order of first class magistrate along with affidavit and supporting documents are required. Even if late registration of birth certificate is not possible, the court and the authorities can accept alternative chain of documents. Especially in case of our parents and grandparents who have taken birth before 1st July 1987, old documents like school leaving certificate, old ration card, voter ID or any government document mentioning their name, date of birth and an Indian address. An affidavit with birth detail supported by this document is a recognized approach. So, you mean to say in India we need a chain of documents instead of a single card? Yes, your first layer is your birth certificate if you have taken birth in India. Your second layer is your parents' documents, especially if you have taken birth after 1st July 1987. Your third layer shows your continuous life in India. Your school leaving certificate, domicile certificate, ration card and other government document that create a sustained part of your life in India. Fourth layer is government issued identity documents like Aadhaar, PAN, voter ID, passport, etc. taken together as supportive evidence. None of these documents alone is a silver bullet, but together they can build a case that is difficult to challenge. In today's time, keep all your documents safe. Not only your document, your parents, even grandparents, their school leaving certificate, ration cards, etc. You never know when they come in handy for you. I will create a separate video for citizenship by descent, naturalization and registration if demanded. With this, I will conclude today's video. See you in the next. Thank you for watching.